Okay, second video we've done on the Colts. If you don't know this channel, this is Sports Talk Extra. Me, my buddy Chris, we started another channel. We had Sports Talk Detroit. We're Lions fans. You see the lion back there. All right. But we want to talk about teams that the national media kind of overlooks. And one of those teams has been the Colts, at least when Peyton Manning's not the quarterback. And so I grew up loving Peyton Manning. Wanted to name my first child after Peyton Manning, even though I'm a diehard Lions fan. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's okay. And so the Colts have always had a special place in my heart. But here's what we do need to talk about. And you see the title, Change of Plans. The Colts are legit. So here's what I've been trying to do for the last who knows how long. I've been trying to figure out what is happening that has allowed the Colts to be 2-1. Like, what's happening? How has this happened? All right. Because we saw them in game one, and I was like, man, they actually look pretty good against the Jags. Like, oh, that's cute. Right. Like, that's cute. They look pretty good. Anthony Richardson is still inaccurate, but I can see it. Like, I can see the potential that he has there. I can see the, Lamar Jackson or just that mobile quarterback. Like, maybe he could be really good, or even the Josh Allen type early on in his career. And then they go and they beat the Texans, right? And they beat them pretty soundly. Then I'm like, okay, but the Texans are terrible. But here's what you should be excited about, Colts fans. Like, this was my thought process after the game. I think I even did a video on it. You should be excited because you may have gotten the best quarterback in the draft. You've seen Bryce Young do nothing in Carolina. It's so early. I understand that. And then you went toe-to-toe against CJ Stroud, and Richardson got the victory, even though he got knocked out. But, I mean, he played like 2 series, got 2 touchdowns. That third series, he was already had a concussion. They just hadn't noticed it yet. I hope that doesn't keep them out for longer, by the way. But so it's fine. And then they go without their starting rookie quarterback, and they go in to Baltimore. So they win at Houston. And I know it's not necessarily a great team, but Houston, we all just saw what they did. All right. So you sit in there, you're going against Houston, who's in the division. Then Houston comes back out, smokes the Jags. So you're like, all right, is Houston actually got a little something over there? I mean, is D'Amico Ryans a good coach? But then you guys go out and beat the Baltimore Ravens. Now it's not cute anymore. Are we for real? Like, are the Colts a legit team? And so I started scouring different things. Against the Jags, understandably, you got outgained. 342 yards to 280. It wasn't great. All right. But first downs tell a different story. It was 20-18. There were a lot of first downs. There just wasn't, you didn't finish off the drives, which is understandable for a rookie quarterback in his first game. And then in the second game, you played complementary football. So the defense struggled a little bit, especially in the fourth quarter when you already had a massive lead. All right. You were already up 31-10. So it doesn't matter. And that's when you started giving up yards. But the offense was playing so well, it didn't matter. You had created such a big lead, it was fine. And then against the Ravens, same deal. You get outgained, 364 to 327. But wait for it, first downs are 19-20. So what it says is that you're moving the ball down the field. You're playing complementary football. You get a victory in overtime. And all of a sudden you have to say to yourself, like, what is the secret? So then I go over to PFF and I'm just like, all right, so let's look at this. Well, the team grades aren't great. Your offensive PFF grade is 27th. Your defensive PFF grade is 18th. And your special teams is 9th. I mean, whatever. You've outscored opponents 74-70. But here's what it is. Okay? You are now 2-0. Oh, sorry, 1-1 in the division. You're 1-1 in the division. You have now beaten a legit team. You have a team that can go on the road and at home. When you go on the road, usually even when you get road victories, it's not in dominant form. Against the Texans, it was. Against the Ravens, you just eked it out. It's about finding ways to win games. And maybe you can be saying to yourself, oh, well, we had Gardner Minshew. He played great. No, he didn't. Not against the Ravens. He did not play great. And you can say whatever you want about that. You can call me a Minshew hater. Look, I love me some Minshew. Who doesn't love them some Minshew? All right. But Gardner Minshew was not like a ridiculous player. All right. 27 of 44 for 227 yards and a touchdown. No interceptions. That's great. That's not efficient football, but it was good enough to win. You have these conversations like, ooh, is Richardson still going to be the starter? Is he? Yes, he is still going to be the starter when he comes back. He is athletically unbelievably gifted. And if Minshew is going to be out here throwing that type of percentage, like, yeah, you may as well give it to Richardson anyway. Richardson played well. He played well when he played. And so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, no, they wouldn't give it to him. In fact, PFF rating, they're right next to each other in their efficiency. Richardson is 24 of 37 against Jacksonville for 223 yards and a touchdown. He was more efficient than Minshew was. Plus, you can add all the things he can do on the ground. So here's what I'm saying. I think the plan is changing for the Colts. I think the plan was, hey, let's put Richardson in the best place to succeed. Let's see what we have around him. And I think what you're starting to see is a team that is just shockingly well coached. And to be this well coached under a new coach this early in the season is remarkable to me. And then I look over where Steichen came from at Philly. How does that offense look right now? They got the run game going. How does that pass game look? Does it look like an Eagles team from last year? Now, do I think they're going to figure it out? Yes, I do. But you never know. Like when you get an offensive coordinator to become your head coach, you never know, one, how good of a head coach they're going to be. And number two, was it fully their offense? How much of it was the old coach? How much of it was just the roster and the team and all that kind of stuff? But what the Colts did was they did the thing that just makes the most sense. They bring over an offensive coordinator, and then they get a quarterback that somehow is even more talented than Jalen Hurts. I didn't say better. I said more talented. Because he is. He's more physically gifted. He has a bigger arm. He has all these things. All right. So he's even more talented somehow than Hurts. And they say, well, let's try and recreate it here. The weapons aren't as good. The defense might not have as many names, but I think we can build around it. And the thought process was, let's see what we have. Let's do an assessment this year, and let's start really building next year and the year after that and get really good in that prime window for a team. That third and fourth year of your rookie quarterback, that's the time. But the Colts are saying, not so fast. Jaguars look bad, which nobody expected, me least of all. We talk about the Jags on this channel all the time. The Texans, they are starting to look better. CJ Stroud is starting to look like a real quarterback. Seriously, he is. He looked good last week. He even looked good the week before against you guys too. All right. But they're still 1-2. And I would say it's so weird when you look at this division, you see the Titans just absolutely laid an egg against the Browns. And all of a sudden you're like, this division's wide open. And the NFL's kind of that way this year. It feels like there's divisions that are the haves and divisions that are the have-nots. And it looks like you're playing in a division that could be up for grabs. You are the only team right now that has a positive plus-minus. You have a positive 4 plus-minus points scored. All right, Texans are -7. Jags are -18. I'm trying to do quick math while talking to you guys. And Titans are -22. These aren't good. These aren't good things. And so, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully, we can get some traction with the Colts on this channel. Hopefully you liked it. Comment, leave a comment. Let us know you liked it. And subscribe if you're a Colts fan. If we get some more likes and watches, we'll keep doing Colts videos. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.